Hello everyone, hope you all of you are well. I'm here with another video. It's all related to OET speaking. I have already made videos in Nepali, but I have got requested to make in English, so I'm just making this video to help you, all of you who may not understand Nepali language. Okay, let's move on to OET speaking. Maybe you know about it or maybe you don't know about it, so I'm going to tell you something related to OET speaking. I will just summarize what is OET speaking. Okay, in OET speaking you will get two role-based scenario in which examiner will act as a patient whereas you have to act as a nurse. Okay, and it will usually take almost approximately 20 minutes, and there will be warm-up session and there will be 3 minutes preparation time for each of the role play, and then you have 5 minutes time for the role play for each scenario. There will be two scenario, so you will get three minutes, the 3 minutes preparation time, and you have to speak for five minutes, and there will be warm-up session, so it takes almost 20 minutes. Okay, let's move on to warm-up session. What type of question you will get normally in your warm-up sessions? It's all about you. At first, the very easiest question: what's your name, what's your address, and then you make it like what's your hobby, and related to your profession, your nursing journey, and why you have chosen nursing, and why OET, why not IELTS, and they may ask like how many hours you work every day. It's all about you, so don't be panic if you get confused or if you are not able to give answer for the warm-up session. Then please don't worry, your marks will not cut off, it will not determine your score, so don't worry. Okay, now let's move on to possible settings. What type of settings you may get? Just like, for example, suburban health clinic, or you may simply get clinic, or you may get hospital ward, nursing home, emergency department, or school health nurse. These are the common possible settings which you may get in your scenario. Now let's move on to 3 minutes. What you can prepare in 3 minutes. For example, first one is the introduction, preparation of introduction. While giving introduction of yourself, you can just make one introduction. Settings may be different, but while giving your introduction, you may just practice only one introduction. Maybe you have taken some of the trainings or courses, and teacher may give you there may be different types of introduction, but don't use different type of introduction for each role play. You can just pick up one of them which you may feel easy. You can just introduce yourself in the same way in every hospital settings. So first one is the introduction part. You have to look at the scenario, and you should just focus in your introduction preparation, because in my experience what happens is whenever you just confused or you are just stuck in some things while just speaking in introductory part, then your whole role play may ruin. So you should prepare introduction well. And another thing is, you can ask to your examiner, how may I address you in this 3 minutes time, and you can just write in question paper, because in exam time you may be panic and you may forget name even though they just told you. So you can write in the question paper, so that if you have to take name in the middle of the conversation, in the middle of the role play, then you can just you won't be confused. Another, you can just ask any word, any meanings, or any kind of a misunderstanding in role play. You can just ask in 3 minutes, it won't cut off your marks. Another thing is, you can just underline the first word of the task. Like maybe you have already known, or maybe you don't know what type of questions there will be, so you can check in the Google and you can easily get questions. You can just underline the each first word of the task. It may be like ask, explain, describe. It is just like in that way. For the first word, you can just underline, and you can also prepare. You can just write question before that point. Okay, before the task. There may be different tasks, and you can just write questions just in the short form of what will be easy for you. You can just practice. okay, this thing. Okay, another thing you can do in 3 minutes is just like whenever you just describe about something or you say something to the patient, you must just ask them whether they got it or not. They may get confused, so you have to just ask questions just like you may ask like questions like, is that clear, would that be okay, do you have any other concerns, do you have any other difficulties. You can write some of them in the question paper so that you won't repeat. Just like I said before, in the exam time you may be very panic, and you may just ask, is that clear, is that clear, in every after you explain something, you may repeat the same, but it doesn't sound good. So so to prevent from these type of mistakes, or not mistake, it won't sound good. So you can write some of them in the side of the paper, in the question paper, so that you won't repeat the same thing. In my experience, I did the same. So I know in 3 minutes it's too much to do in 3 minutes, but trust me, practice makes you perfect. And even I did same. I did it in 3 minutes time. I used to prepare, I used to practice at home every time when I practice. So you can practice these like now I'm going to repeat, I'm going to summarize. Okay, first thing, you can prepare introductory part in 3 minutes. Okay, introductory part, you can just prepare, as I already told you, that introduction, just about yourself. You can just stick to one introduction of yourself. Okay, and then scenario may be different. You just prepare the introductory part within 3 minutes, and you can ask name to the examiner. Another thing is, if you just confused with any words or misunderstanding or any kind of any difficulty words, then you can ask to examiner in this 3 minutes time. Another thing is, you can underline the talks, the first word of the talks, like explain, describe, you can just underline, and then you can just write question before the talks, so that whenever you just move from one point to another, you will just get you won't be confused. It will be very easy for you. This is the thing. And another last thing is, you can just write some of the points to ask to the examiner, to the patient, I mean, in the role play. You can just ask, if whenever you just explain something, you should ask, you should raise question like, is that clear, would that be okay. This type of question you can just write just somewhere in the question paper, so that it will really help you. These are the things you have to do in 3 minutes, and practice is must. You can do it as I have also did it in the same way. Now let's move on to 5 minutes. Whatever what you have to do in 5 minutes is just roleplay will start after 3 minutes. Roleplay will start. You just as I said, you have to be prepared for the interrogative part in your 3 minutes time, and then you have to just carefully listen whatever examiner or patient is saying, and you have to be very careful. Just you have to be very careful in listening and the way you respond, and showing empathy. And you should ask in the middle that whether they are in the same page, whether they are clear or not. You should ask that also. And one thing, you may be just practicing 3 or 4 points in the talks, but in real exam there may be 9 points or 10 points. There may be very maybe many points, but don't be panic. It is not compulsory that you have to finish all the points, all the 9 points. It's not compulsory. But the thing which will help you to score B is, you have to listen to the patient. I mean, listen to the examiner, what he or she is saying, and you should respond accordingly. And don't be panic. It's not compulsory to finish to get B score. And if you just finished all the points, if there is only less points in tasks, then at last you can just in the session, like, you can just summarize like, do you have any other concern, and you can simply say like, please don't hesitate to call me if you have any other concern, or you can simply say wish you a speedy recovery, or you can say hope I made you clear myself to you. This type of things you can say at last. Now the main important thing what you have to get is you should not use medical jargons. Yeah, there are many people who are educated nowadays, but even educated people cannot understand medical words. So you should not use medical jargons, you should not use medical words, you should use layman terms in your speaking. If you speak any medical jargons, then your score may cut off, so don't use any medical jargons. Okay, and another thing is before taking exam date, please go and give mock tests so that you will know what is your weakness, so that you can just work with your weakness, how to you can get feedback from the mock test from the teacher, so you can improve. You can just practice on that. And I want to suggest another thing is there is E2 OET channel, in which J sir will really help you to give tricks and tips. So you can just watch, watch the video in E2 OET channel in YouTube. And another thing is you can just see OET with Deepika in Facebook. You can just follow the Facebook page OET with Deepika. See, Deepika ma'am also post every tips and tricks and everything which is necessary to score B. And another thing is for speaking, it's all about the practice. You can practice with your friends, with your family members, or with your sisters, like with anyone who is available for you. Or if there is no one, then you can just simply stand in front of the mirror and you can just talk with yourself. Yes, and I have already told you that please don't take test until you get confident. So give mock test as much as possible, and whenever you are confident, then only take a test there, because it's very expensive. Yeah, that's all. And you can just also listen native English speakers, how they just deal with every talks, every points. You can watch YouTube videos as well. It will really help you. That's all for today. Hope it really help you. If you think it's helpful, then please like, share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to comment if